my name's Grandad.
Hello everyone and welcome back. In the next couple of vlogs we're working on the stern hatch, the sliding stern hatch, the stern door and surround and the steps. So we'll be doing this over the next fortnight. So way back on vlog
92.
Yeah, 92. We showed you actually how we insulated our hatches. A lot of people just go with just putting wood straight onto the hatches, but we decided to put some Celotex in the hatch and make a wood frame for the top bit to go onto.
So there.
Yeah.
Put one in.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get this level so it's square down there. We're fastening these in now, Dan. We'll put in the next board onto it.
It'd be easier to put the next board on, wouldn't it? You can see this bit of the hatch was done before we had finished the electrics in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the present day and a few more injuries added to the list. I'd look away now on this one because
It's health and safety gone mad, isn't it? These are the side pieces around the opening, and this is the reverse of that. The reason I'm doing this is there is like weld snots all the way around, so rather than grind those off I decided just to take the little pieces of wood out of the back where it sort of snags and doesn't keep it level.
you routed all the way down the middle.
Routed down the middle because there was a seam going down the centre. Yeah.
Yeah. And once all those pieces were taken out and we got it flat to the steel, you just used CT1 as the glue, didn't you? Was it CT1?
CT1, yeah.
And once that's all dry and we've done everything else on there, we're going to put some screws in as well. the frame sits at a slight angle when it's on, and when we do the fill-in bits at the end, we'll compensate for that angle by cutting them at an angle.
So these are the infills we were talking about, and this will now make that door frame liner be square and it can butt up to that. The actual front face of this you won't see either, because once the architrave's in and the cupboards are finished, this will be cloaked by all that, won't it?
Yeah, we won't see any of this. Working on this area, it's the space where all the junk is left, everything's left, it's really dirty, we've got things piled up in the cupboards, things piled up on the stern. So while you're watching us work all at this end, you'll just have to ignore everything else.
Grandad's shed.
Everything else that's around there, because it absolutely looks filthy, but we're just concentrating on one bit at a time, so
bear with us.
Yeah. So as we've done on the other hatches, any of the wood that's exposed to the outside is being filled with filler and painted. So all this top area will all be filled, and all this bit down the frame is filled, sanded back, and eventually it'll be painted with the exterior paint that we've used for the boat. So the filler that I've used is big boy filler,
Of course.
it's the flexible one that you can use on boats and windows and everything. So as the wood and steel contract and expand,
There's
hopefully there is a little bit of give, and then once all this is finished, we'll paint that top bit. So we'll be keeping the wood look on the inside but the paint on the outside.
Back in the workshop now, I'm going to start making the stair threads. So these are sapele that I'll just show you. It came all rough cut, so we've cut them all down to size, give them a bit of a plane up to the right thickness. Now we're just going to put an edge on here, like a rounded edge, top and bottom, so it's like a bull nose on the front of there. So I'm just going to use the router for that. So I've just rigged up a bit of a jig, so there's a little stop on the end there, a little stop on the end there, so it doesn't move from side to side, and this block in there to stop it from moving forward. So when the router hits there, I can just carry on all the way down this edge and then carry on past there, so there's no sort of returning at the end. So set the router up for that. I'll just plonk you on the top of this here, hopefully it'll pick up what I'm doing. So that's put a round off on the end of there now. So I'm just going to give this a sand flatten it all back and making sure it's all nice and smooth, and then that's one of those done. There's 6 of those to do, so won't show you them all, but yeah, that's the idea.
Grandad's done a cracking job of these steps. I absolutely love them, and the one thing I said that I really wanted was the steps to look still quite squarish, so once they're rounded off I still wanted them to look,
The front edge to look sort of square,
yeah,
flat.
Yeah, so that was my one request, and I left him to it, and they've actually turned out exactly what was on my mind that I wanted them to look like.
So back to the door liners, and you've probably seen in previous vlogs how we've done these, the same idea with the diamond pattern on them, and to get that where we wanted those, we've biscuit jointed the 3 panels together, let that set, and then worked out exactly where we want the diamond to be positioned on that door. Drawn the pencil line on, so we've got the shape to the door, shape to the diamond, and then measured from the blade of the router to the back face of the router, and it's 40mm, so we've put a 40mm marker down the side, and then place this piece of wood on the side, and then just run the router down it, and then just stopping at each point on the diamond. For any of you viewers out there a bit concerned about my well-being, yeah, I have still got a very, very poorly finger.
Yeah, a dirty poorly finger.
Yeah.
And the next bit you're going to see, he hasn't got a poorly finger.
See?
It's a miracle.
Miracle.
No, this is some footage that we took when we done the last lot of routering the vent out. So we've put this in for the people who haven't seen how we did the vent. Once all the vent bit was routed out, went back again and just took a little oval bit. Is it oval?
I don't. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I don't know.
Just to finish the edge off neatly, so it's not just a plunged hole.
Square.
Yeah, so it's not just a sharp square. It's rounded off slightly.
diamonds are excuse me, routed out in there now. Just need a bit of sanding now to smarten them up.
Get them all cleaned up.
All the ends of those are biscuit jointed holes on both ends of that.
And you've done them bigger.
These have been made bigger because I'm trying to work out what it is. Bottom one. Because these are the rails that they're glued in and solid. But the idea is now we've made those elongated so that when that goes into there.
That one not been cut down
no,
yet.
No, it hasn't been cut down yet, but when they go in there, it actually allows for a bit of movement on that joint.
Yeah. So this bit is sealed to the door. This bit is able to
floating.
move. Yeah.
Yeah. That's sort of floating so that it can move if it needs to. Done that with all the rails, top, middle and bottom. And then they just biscuit into the end of those. Yeah, that's the top one for there, or for the top one for that.
So we've just made a template for the. No, I'm going to start that again.
Right.
Grandad's just made a template.
She's just edited that. It was we made a template, but it's now Grandad made a template. So anyway, yeah, Grandad's made a template, and this is for the stern hatch.
Yeah, this is for the back bit.
Lining that, yeah.
So we're now just getting the curve. So we're just getting a neat curve.
Yeah.
So I will hold this. Right, I'm gonna have to
we're pencil lined round there to give us a rough idea of the shape of the arch. Now we're going to put this on there, and either me or Ailey's going to hold it there, or the other one puts a pencil line round that.
Yeah. Well, if you hold there.
Yeah.
You might have to, I might have to put the camera down.
Yeah.
Hang on. So I've just drew around that line. So you've got a neater line there now. Grandad's gone up and cut the wood from the template, and it just needs fixing in. That's very nice. You might be able to get a clamp in there, you know.
I don't want, yeah. Yeah. I bought them clamps.
But just watch when you're going down the stair.
You know me, Anna. Annie? Nanny, that's the one. Yeah, you know me, Annie.
Poke your eye out.
There you go. That's me done for the day.
I'll have to do it in the daytime tomorrow because it's just a bit too dark, and when I've tidied up the kitchen.
Yeah.
We've made the vents a bit bigger than the actual vent on the outside. We did it with the bedroom ones as well, so we're just making it just a little bit bigger. So we've painted it silver, so when you're looking on the inside, it just looks like it's all part of the vent. And the reason why we're doing that is because cutting the vent out, routering the vent out, worked better with having the diamond where we wanted to put the diamond. So that's why we've moved it over a little bit. Well, we haven't moved it over, we've actually just made it a bit bigger.
Enlarged it, yeah, widened it.
If you just put that on, Aidan, just... So it works out, instead of the vent, the outside vent is only sort of like from here to there, whereas we've done it so you can see the silver. I think, can you see it with the camera? But it works better where the diamond's going to go.
Which bottom goes with which?
It's lovely, the sun on.
Can't get in now. So we've...
Ignore all the mess in the cupboard.
Just have to ignore all that. So we've... Obviously you can see we've made these doors very similar to the side hatches in the bedroom, but on a bigger scale. Apart from these haven't got the heart things in them, but the same principle with the air vents cut out of these rather than a silver grill on. And then there's a cover strip, a strip to go on the door there, and on the door there that's going to have a draft excluder on. Yeah, and then once
The step goes on the
the
bottom.
step goes on the bottom, we can then cut this to length. So we're not going to do that yet until we've got the step in place. We can cut this off to length, and that can be attached there. And then there's a cover strip that will go a thin, wideish piece of sapele going up the front of the door there, so that the door closes. You don't see any of that gap down the middle.
Yeah.
And obviously there's going to be
The locks.
on there, so you can't smash your back doors in.
The door, the locks we're still waiting for. So we've not glued them on. We've just screwed them in.
Yeah.
Because the lock is going up there, and it'll be cut away.
Yeah, on that.
That door.
That one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, yeah. Otherwise, you put it on that lock, you can open the door and get out.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
we're going for like a garage door lock.
Forward.
See what that looks like now. Okay, so the piece that's still to go on here is the bit that goes across there. Again, we've got to wait till we've done the lock to do that. Right, this is a little bit different. Spoke to someone last week who, in all good intentions, was not being horrible or anything, but mentioned that we shouldn't really miss a week because of how much money we earn from YouTube. So we thought we'll just show you actually what we do earn and how our analytics work each week. So this is last week's, and we earned £3.32. Right, so far. So far. That might go up a few pence. And our subscribers, we lost 2 and gained 1, so we're -1, which is sort of usual for our subscribers. We don't get loads of subscribers, and so the £3.32 is for the adverts that are shown at the beginning and the end of a video.
The more adverts you have, the more revenue it generates, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah. So on this video, we've equaled out with the subscribers because we lost 1 and got 1, so it means we've got no subscribers on that. On this one, we had a really good week. We got 4 subscribers
and 57 pence more as well.
Yeah, so we chose not to have adverts in the middle of our videos because we find adverts really annoying. So it's just the adverts that YouTube put on at the beginning and the end that we get pence for. We don't earn any other money from YouTube in any way, from viewers or anything. It's just from them adverts, and that pays for our music really. Yeah, so again, we had 1,400 viewers, and the subscribers, we gained 2 subscribers, which was quite good. But a lot of people must have watched the adverts more than our video, because we got £4.59 for this video.
Yeah.
So there you have it. So if you join us again next week, we'll show you this, hopefully all completed.
If the lock arrives.
Yeah, if the lock arrives. But yeah, you'll see this again. Next week's vlog will be us finishing this off. So have a good week till next week, and see you next week.